So a lot of people don't know this, but I am actually the best mechanic in the world, and that's just not me saying it. I got rated the #1 mechanic on the planet by Mechanics Monthly. So even though this 67 Cadillac has sat in a field for 40 years, and it's covered in mouse poop, and all of the wiring got ate, I'm gonna get this thing fired up super easy. Oh, that's not good. I'm the best transmission fluid spiller on the planet. It's a gift. I was born with this gift. But even for me, that's a doozy. Finally! Hold on. What the f is that to? A metal part in the pan. That's not great. What's up? It is Casey from Casey's Customs. We're back on the beautiful 1967 Cadillac 4-door hardtop that I bought a week or two ago. We dug into it in the last video, and we had some engine problems, some broken stuff, some stuff that needed fixed. I found out that Cadillac parts are not the easiest thing to find, but we did get them. I ordered entirely too much shit for it, and in this video, we are going to find out if this engine is okay. We're going to try and get it running, and if it's junk, we're going to probably pass this damn project on to somebody else. Maybe Dalton at Pole Barn Garage needs a caddy. Hopefully it doesn't come to that, but let's start digging in, installing some new parts, see if we can't get this damn thing to fire up. Let's go. All right. Caddy engine parts are in. I went a little crazy, not gonna lie to you. Decided to kind of replace everything. New brake shoes, new brake hoses, new wheel cylinders, brake master cylinder, new valve cover gaskets, engine parts. Went ahead and bought new ones. So, very, very excited. Also, I found out something. I was looking for the points, and I couldn't find them. And I was like, well, what the hell? I know they don't have electronic ignition in 67. Somebody has converted it to the electronic ignition pickup. So it had a little wire sensor in there that was broke. It was plastic. And then this was broke. At first, I thought it was just part of the rotor. I was like, that's kind of weird. And then I realized what it was. They don't look anything like this now because they're modern. I think this was a kit from like the 80s maybe. So somebody updated it, took the points out, and they were running an electric pickup, which is really cool actually. I would have loved to reuse it, but it's broke. And any kit I was looking at, the kits are like $200 to convert your stock distributor to an electronic one. And you can buy now, I'm sure in the 80s they couldn't, you can buy the whole distributor already switched over electronic HEI with the HEI high voltage coil for $200. So it's the same price essentially to convert your original one to this. So I was gonna do that, but I don't even know if this engine is good. I think it is, it should be. We can definitely update that in the future, but what I'm gonna try and do first is go back with my original points. See what happens. These are 15 bucks or whatever, cheapy, no big deal. I want to give that a shot, see if we can make that work. Let's throw some of these engine parts on and see what the hell happens. I want to get the engine all put back together before we start messing with the distributor. So let's start installing all that shit. Let's go. Valve train should be put all back together now, I think. Okay, what we need to do, the only reason I don't want to start anything yet is because, or I'm not trying to start it, I just want to turn it over and make sure everything is spinning okay, because we had really bent push rods, so I want to make sure we don't have something bad. My valves were stuck on a couple of them, and I tapped them down with hammers and got them free. But I am done for the night. Very happy to get that all put back together. Tomorrow, we'll see what the hell happens.
The next day.
We are back. And I was going to change the oil. I said that yesterday. Then I realized that's dumb because I already know it has oil in it. I put oil in it. And I've shot a bunch of shit down the cylinders. And I kind of want to keep that going right now just in case something's dry, something's whatever. I've put transmission fluid down there, all kinds of stuff. I'm not trying to start it right now. I just want to turn it over, make sure all of our valve train is moving like it should. Then we're going to start worrying about spark. If we get spark and the valve train is working. We'll throw a carburetor on it and see what the hell happens. But no need to change the oil yet. I'm still shooting shit down the cylinders just in case. I'm just trying to be super cautious. I just want to turn it over. I'm dropping shit. I just want to turn it over and make sure everything is working like it should. I should get out of the way in case the cylinders still have oil in them. Up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. Yes! Oh, that makes me happy. I know that doesn't seem like much, but it did not do that the first time. We had bent and broken shit everywhere. Oh, yeah. You can feel the compression hitting the camera now, too. Whoo, that makes me happy. Okay, sweet. Let's see if we can't rework this damn distributor to go back to points after it's been converted. Oh, it's a little sloppy. I don't like that. Yeah, distributor might need swapped, but hopefully I can make it work for now at least. Let's see what happens.
Two hours later.
I have been off camera messing with this for 2 hours. I had my test light out. I could not figure out why I didn't have a ground and why I didn't have a spark. Distributor looked fine. Usually they ground through the distributor. Couldn't figure it out. I realized there was a broken little wire. It looked like it was still connected, but it was ripped and there was only like one little strand still connected. So the base plate that the points sit on was not grounded. And if that's not grounded, you just have power going nowhere. So we should be good now, but I haven't tested it yet. Let's see. There's my spark plug. That's a ground right there now. Ow, god damn it. Oh, I'm an idiot. I didn't realize I was, shit. Well, it's got spark. Ha! I was holding it a little too close to the metal. Damn it. Okay. Ooh, that tingles still. That was fun. That'll wake you up, baby. I started playing with the carb and I forgot it needs a spacer, so I can't even put that on right now. I did find the spark plugs, but now that I know I can't put the carb on, I don't give a shit. I'm just gonna get new spark plugs whenever I get my adapter plate tomorrow at the parts store. So excited we actually have spark. Makes me very, very happy. Tomorrow, something's gonna happen. I already got gas for it. I actually have my sending unit for the tank if I wanted to throw the tank all the way back in there, but I'm just gonna do like a gravity feed tank at first. Make sure everything works. And yeah, we'll see what happens. Sweet. We're back, baby.
The next day.
All right, baby, we are back. Went to the parts store, got all kinds of stuff. Carb spacer, new battery cables, because I got some funky stuff going on here since we didn't have a ground, so I got to deal with that still. I need to make sure my distributor is grounded because I don't want to have to run a ground wire to the cable from the distributor. But anyways, got all my spark plugs, everything I need, new cables, fuel line, yada, yada, yada. They still don't have a damn oil filter, which is fun. Apparently 429s are just not common oil filters, at least here in Missouri. So the other store in town will have it, I think, tomorrow. Not the end of the world. I can still change the oil if I want to. I put a lot of shit down the cylinders whenever I was trying to make sure it was free at first. So that has to come out before we finally get it to start. But we have a long way to go before we get to that. So I'm going to put all my plug wires on, put the plugs in, all kinds of stuff. The more I'm talking, the more I realize I got stuff to do. Let's get to work, baby. Well, I was getting ready to install my adapter plate, and these studs thread in. That way your carburetor can bolt to that, and then this bolts to the intake. See how they're all threaded? Nice. They come with these little studs. Very neat, very cool. Except that hole is not tapped. Put a bunch of these on before, and I was like, maybe this is a new design. I went and found the instructions in the trash. Sure enough, that's supposed to be tapped. They even countersunk it after the tap, but there's no threads in there. Wouldn't be that big of a deal if I had a tap here, but I don't. They're all at my other shop. So we're going to make a tap. Let me show you how to do it. This is aluminum. If this was steel, it would be a little trickier, but what you need to do is find a bolt that matches the threads you need, and try and make sure it's a hardened bolt, like a grade 5 like this one is. A grade 8 would be better. And what we're gonna do, we're gonna cut a little slit in it, and it'll kind of work its way in there, and it'll cut chips. You gotta just, basically, you're cutting a little drill bit on the side of it. It doesn't have to be perfect, especially with aluminum. Aluminum's soft, but it should work, maybe, hopefully, probably. Let's find out. Bada bing, screws in just like that. They're not the prettiest, but if you ever need to make a tap in a pinch, there you go. I could easily run over to my other shop. My other shop is like a mile away, but looking for my tap set, all that shit, this was 5 minutes. Quick little grind, quick little, how you doing? Brand new threads. Okay, let's go get the carb installed now, finally. Got the carb bolted on. Not only was that one hole not tapped, their tolerances were way too tight. The carburetor would not slip on there. I was like, maybe I have it on backwards. Maybe I did something wrong. I changed it every which way. Wouldn't go on there very well. The gasket was also the wrong size altogether. I even thought maybe I had the wrong gasket. I'm like, it looks like every other carb gasket I've ever used, but it was just a little bit too close together. So I had to actually open it up with a drill bit just slightly. The bolts, I was able to kind of wiggle them around, and then the one I tapped actually saved me because I could kind of go in at like a little bit of an angle out. That was the only way I got it in. Friggin' mess. Couldn't believe I had how much I had to mess with that. Got my wires all cleaned up. Everything is grounded how it is, or how it should be. And then I actually have a ground strap now instead of just random shit laying everywhere. I also took the original fuel filter off. It's one of those cool glass ones. I got it soaking in paint thinner right now, and I think it's gonna be okay. I cleaned it up with some carb cleaner and it looked really good, so I think we'll be able to reuse that. The rubber O-ring was still nice and it was holding fuel. So we'll end up rerunning that, but what I gotta do now, I wanna get the engine timed. I need to make sure I get number one, the top dead center, all that fun stuff, get my plugs in and my plug wires in, and then we'll test for spark, give it a little gas, see what the hell happens. Wasted way too long on this stupid carburetor plate, but had to do it. Not only did I need it because it's a funky intake, there is a riser plate over there, I think was for the old choke that it was hitting, so I had to have a riser on it either way. So bada bing. And then this, I don't need to worry about this yet, but that'll go right there. Perfect. Actually, right there. Beautiful. Okay, let's keep going, baby. Okay, I got it timed. I got spark plugs in. I got the plug wires in. I had to clean off, I did the old school, you know, get it the top dead center on number one, but it actually still had the timing marks on it. So I went through and made sure it was perfect, so we should be good. I haven't double checked yet. I really shouldn't be putting my spark plug wire connectors on yet, or the little separators, just in case something's messed up, but I don't want anything to get in the way. So I threw some fancy spark plug separators on it, just to keep it organized. Don't really need to, getting too cute with it. Hooked up my vacuum lines, made my new ground for the distributor plate. We should, let me think, what am I forgetting? Oh, I want to take this out. These usually have a fuel filter inside of them. I want to take that out because I don't know how old this carb has been sitting around. I want to do that. Oh, I want to see if I have a spring for the throttle. It kind of comes back on its own already. It has a little spring on the carburetor themselves, but it's nicer when you have an actual external one. So I'm going to double check for that, check this filter, and then I have a gravity feed tank that we can hang off the hood, give it a little bit of gas. Before we do any of that though, I'm going to button up this shit, and then we're going to pop one of these plugs off, make sure we have spark before we start adding gas and all kinds of shit like that. This should not have taken the entire night, like 8 hours in, for God's sake, but kind of a temperamental little bitch. Also, I'm going to leave the valve covers off for now because I want to make sure everything's moving like it should. Since we had bent push rods, I just want to double check. It'll probably shoot oil all over the place, but that's fine. We'll worry about that later. All right, got the oil changed, got everything wired, everything's looking good. I have a spark plug sitting right there. I'm gonna try and see if I can show the spark on camera, but I might not have it in the right spot. We'll see. Oh, I saw it. Shit, I don't know if the camera caught it. Ah, screw it. Okay, I know I have it. Perfect. I'm gonna undo this because that's hot all the time, which is not good on points. I hope I didn't smoke the battery turning it over too much. I have another one if I have to. Let's give her starting fluid before I give it gas and we'll see what happens. Oh, I'm excited. That's a lot. Ooh, I don't know if it's in park. That would have been bad. Oh my God, it's not in park. Okay, now it's in park. Ooh, that wouldn't have been fun. Especially when you got the vet right there. Ooh! Fiberglass does not do good against really heavy steel. All right, let's see what happens. Give her a little drink and then, come on, please. Oh, it's backfiring bad. Why? All right, we got something way out of whack. Son of a bitch. Am I 180 out? That would suck. I shouldn't be 180 out. Everything was perfect. Okay. She needs actual gas, and I need to loosen up that distributor because I'm a little off, but not super far. All right, let me hook my gas tank up real quick. Also, I'm going to loosen the distributor so I can tweak it a little bit. A smarter person would have filled this jug on the ground, but I'm not smart. Oh, so I'm gonna spill it everywhere, and I figured I might as well turn the camera on. Oh shit, oh shit. This is so stupid. Oh God. Okay, that's too much. That's more than enough. I got bad news. I think my carb is junk, and I really don't want to take it apart tonight very badly, but it's not pumping any gas, but it has gas in it. I don't know, we'll see, but doesn't seem like it's pumping at all. Yes! If I had fucking gas, I might be able to actually run this. This carb is shit. Son of a bitch. Actually, you know what we'll do? Let's do this. Let's do the old school shit. We're gonna give her a real drink. Something's gonna happen now, I promise. Maybe not something good, but something. Oh! Oh, that's not good. I think I tweaked this too much. It was running better a second ago. There we go. Come on, baby. Just start. I know you want to. You just did. Son of a bitch. If it was getting gas, it would be running. My fuel line is still pumping. There's no gas tank, and I blew it out. I could technically rebuild this carb. I don't want to very badly, but I could. Yes! Son of a bitch. I wish you would get gas, you... Oh, God, I don't want to take this apart. Let's rip it apart real quick. I'm just going to try and pop the top off, but you got to take half of these little arms off, and I'm not excited about it. It runs, though. I'm stoked, but let's just spend a minute on it. I could steal a carb off of my Blazer if I have to. Boy, it'd be nice to get this one to work, though. Do I have another one here? Do I have a carb here somewhere? I need to check real quick before I... Ooh, I might have a carb somewhere. Let me look real quick. So, carburetor's full of all kinds of shit. Plunger looks bad, I'm not sure. I'm gonna try and clean it out and see. If you haven't watched this channel a lot, if you're a new watcher, I'm the best transmission fluid spiller on the planet. It's a gift, I was born with this gift. But even for me, that's a doozy. The freaking lid wasn't put on all the way, and I apparently kicked it when I was walking past it, didn't realize it. Or no, it was the hose pulled it. Son of a bitch. Good news is I keep mountains of kitty litter in stock because of how stupid I am, but we might be out because how often I do this, but let's keep the carburetor. Son of a bitch. Bad news, I barely had any kitty litter, and also, I got this all cleaned up The corrosion down in there is so bad. I don't even know if cleaning it out is gonna work because it's corroded. It's not only corroded in the bowls, but all these little tubes that go to your sprayers, whatever the shit they're called, all those are corroded. And then this is where your plunger goes, which is what pushes it up to those. Down in there, it's just a solid chunk of corrosion, and I was scratching it out with a flathead screwdriver, a tiny one, like a pick, and there was chunks coming off. I thought when I first started doing it that there was like broken pieces of something. No, that's how bad the corrosion is. All that back in there is after I scraped it out, and it's still just kind of everywhere. It's a bad thing with aluminum when it sits, you know, out in the weather or anything like that. They just get corroded really bad. So I'm not gonna spend a ton of time rebuilding this stupid thing. If it was something like a bad plunger, O-ring, something stupid, the floats are definitely set wrong. They are way too low. Whenever I cracked this open, my gas line was way down here. I mean, there was like only a ½ inch in it. That should be way up here. So I was gonna adjust that, but after looking at that down in there, yeah, my expectations went down to nothing, basically. Also, here's my plunger. See how it's kind of like bowed out real bad? That's not great. And there's even corrosion on the damn springs and shit. Yeah, so I think it's gonna be easier just to find another carb. I have one on my Blazer I can pop off if I need to. I could also buy one. We definitely heard it run, which is huge, but I wanna do more than just hear it run for 2 seconds. I'm done for now. Gonna come back with parts. Don't know if it's gonna be tomorrow. Don't know if it's gonna be next week. It did run though. I was so happy to hear it run, which is nice. I know it's good now, so we can order parts. Well, I want to wait to let it run a little longer than that. Also, I'm gonna put my valve covers on now that I know everything is moving and doing good. We'll be back at some point, probably tomorrow, because I'm such a weirdo that I hate leaving something like this close to running and driving. But at the same time, I want to drive it after I get it running, and I think it's going to take several days to rebuild all of the brakes. And I think some of the brake lines might even need redone. The hard lines, not just the rubber lines. Don't know when I'm going to be in here next, but damn it, we'll be back.
The next day.
Well, I found a carburetor. I was going to steal one off of another car that I know is good. Dad yelled at me. He's like, don't do the rob Peter to pay Paul thing. I'm like, come on. You can't drive 10 cars at once. I have 3 cars at the other shop that have brand new carbs on them, but either way, I'm getting sidetracked, bitching about my dad. He had this one that was still in the box. So he was like, it's new. It's not new. Somebody just sold it to you in the box, damn it. But I think it'll work. It's got some play in it, and I can't get the choke to open up more. So I have a feeling it got taken apart at some point, and they didn't put this little rod back in the right spot because it's not opening as much as it should. So what I'm going to do, it's not a bad thing. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and pop the top of this off like we did on the other one. I think this is the exact same carburetor. It is. Wow. So we could technically steal parts off one or the other if we had to. But I'm going to take the top off since I have to adjust that little rod anyway. And we might as well take a look inside there. That way we don't completely install it and realize we got another shitty carburetor. So I'm going to just double check it real quick. And if I was smart, I'd probably put that top back on. No, because that plunger was kind of shitty. But yeah, let's dig into both of these, and hopefully out of these two, we can make one good one. I'll tell you right now, if this one gives me shit, we're going back over to the other shop, and I'm going to steal a carburetor off my 57 Chevy or the V8 Toyota or something. And we're going to do it in the middle of the night in the dark. It's not going to be fun, but hopefully we don't have to do that. Let's find out together. I believe, yes, we have a working carburetor. This guy needs plugged in. Something's leaking in the back. That's not great. Oh no, what is leaking? Does this have a crack on it or something? Oh, it's all across the back. Oh wow, did I flood the fucking thing? Let's find out. Hopefully we didn't hydrolock the bitch. Okay, it's not hydrolocked, but it's definitely leaking. Whoa, went the wrong way. Let's try that way. Where is it leaking from? carb is leaking like a son of a bitch. Great news. Spent another hour or so messing with it. I thought maybe the floats were too high, so it was leaking out the back because I couldn't really tell. Took it all apart again, went back through it. Everything looks great. Thought we were going to be good. And then I got to inspecting. There's a hairline crack right back there in the bowl. You can't even see it, but whenever you turn the gas on, get the gas filled up, it'll seep right through the hole. So we did all that, and this carb's junk too. And at this point, motivation's low, not gonna lie to you. I don't wanna touch this stupid thing anymore. I'm very happy that I heard it start. I know it runs. We're gonna go play with something else for a little bit. And I really don't wanna steal a carburetor off something else. The more I talk to Dad about it, so maybe I'll just order one. And who knows when this damn video will be out. Or I can find one on Facebook Marketplace or something. Screw you, friggin' stupid Cadillac. All right, we'll be back at some point, maybe. I don't know.
The next day.
All right, we are back. It's been probably a week since I've been down here. I was going to steal a carburetor off of my 57 Chevy, and then I realized I had a rebate left over from Amazon. Didn't realize it until I was looking at carburetors, and I might have made a dumb mistake. I thought this was a rebuilt Quadrajet, but now that I'm looking at it, I don't know if it's rebuilt or if it isn't a Chinese knockoff. So if I just bought a Chinese knockoff because I returned a Chinese knockoff, I'm going to be the dumbest person on the planet. It looks OEM because it has some scrapes and some scratches here or there. That bottom plate has definitely been resurfaced, but I don't know. I don't know if that's OEM or not. It's definitely been rebuilt with a bunch of new parts. If we put it on there and it doesn't work, screw it. We'll go steal the carburetor off my 57 like I was going to. But with the rebate, I think this thing was like less than $100, so it's worth giving it a shot. These Cadillacs came with Quadrajets on them to begin with. Apparently they like the Quadrajet. I don't care. I'm just whatever. Throw a carburetor on it. If it runs, it runs. But these 429s, everything I read online, guys try and stick with the Quadrajets. They'll have them rebuilt and all that fun stuff whenever they go bad. So I didn't even have an original one to rebuild, so I kind of had to go this way. We'll see what happens. If it doesn't work, I have a backup if I need to. And also, I'm getting really good at swapping the carburetors out on this thing now. Here is the one problem. Been gone a week. That is one hell of an oil puddle. No clue what that's coming from. It had a little spot before, and I was almost certain it was from me taking the engine apart. You know, not apart, but messing with all the valves and all the stuff. I assumed that was a leak from there because it wasn't a very big leak. Or whenever we changed the master cylinder out, we got some brake fluid down the side of the rail. So I was thinking maybe it was that. That's 100% from the engine. And that's a pretty good sized puddle. You know, old GMs, they like to mark their territory, leave their trace, give you a little puddle like this every now and then. That's a big one. That's not one you can just ignore. So we're going to definitely have to figure that out after I get all this shit changed out. I'm going to put my new valve cover gaskets on, put the valve covers on, get the carb swapped, all that fun shit. And if we can finally hear this thing run for longer than 10 seconds, we're going to need to jack it up. We're going to jack it up anyway to mess with the brakes, but we're going to definitely need to get under there and see what the hell that's from, because that is a doozy. All right, let's get to work. Oh, I wish I could tell you throwing these valve covers on was easy, but it wasn't. Carb fought me. Valve covers fought me. Everything was in the way. And then I took the AC compressor brackets off. You have to take them off to take the valve covers off. So then I decided I should probably put that back on so it's not just flopping all around. And that was 3 hours it took me to put this stupid thing together. It was in a bind and I couldn't get it undone. So I had to use a freaking strap it to the AC compressor, jack it up so that it would tilt it. That was just enough to get the bracket started. And then I had to try and line it back up. And then I had to make sure it wasn't in too much of a bind because you can break these. And I looked them up because I thought maybe the one I had was wrong because I could not get it to line up. Those brackets are like $300 each, and there's 2 in the back and 3 in the front. So holy shit, thank God we saved those and didn't break anything. But finally, everything is hooked back up. Vacuum lines are all still good. Carb is good. Linkage is on. Let's put gas in this damn thing and call it a night. Holy shit, it's late. What a pain in the ass. I think I might have a shitty battery. Woo! That was a big boy. We have the distributor way too loose right now. I can move it with my hand because I want to adjust it, but it's gotten so loose now I think it's turning as it's starting. So we are going to put that battery on the charger and then we'll come back tomorrow. I am happy I got it all put back together, but holy shit, what a pain in the ass this thing has been. The next day. All right, I came in about an hour ago, got the new battery switched over. I wanted to double check my points. My points were a little bit too wide, so I closed them. Also, I decided I better double check my firing order just in case. Double checked it. Spark plugs were all perfect. I was going, what is going on? I got something not right. Cadillacs, they have a different firing order from 1964 to 67 and then 68 on. I had this timed as a 68 on. So half of these wires were in the wrong orientation, but I think we're really good now. I still feel like I'm not getting enough gas out of this carburetor. I mean, she's pumping, she's just not, it should, there you go. Now it's pumping, okay. I feel like it should really be shooting out of there. It could be because this gravity feed has a tiny tube on it maybe. I wouldn't think so. Oh! Oh, you can tell when the rear opened up on the carb. Yes! Oh, I knew it was a healthy engine. Timing's still off a little bit. Let me go up just a little bit. Or back just a little bit. Oh, too much. Went way too much. Doesn't want to idle at all. What the hell was that? That's probably too much, honestly. What happened to you? Oh, I unplugged you. All right, we got hella vacuum leaks. I can hear them. I've reused some real shitty old lines. I just want to hear it run. It's probably already getting a little too hot, to be completely honest with you, but let's rev the shit out of it one more time for fun. All that smoke is because there's 50 years worth of oil all over the freaking exhaust manifold. Oh yeah, that's just baking off old rat shit. You can see it down in there. That's just baking off all kinds of old crap. Not even really coming from the engine. It's right on the manifolds. Sweet! Yes! It runs! This carburetor still might be shit, but it's working. I am gonna open up the doors and try and let this shit air out, and we are gonna jack it up and find out what the hell we got going on with this oil leak. First start in like 40 years. This is freaking awesome! Yes! I'm so happy! So I jacked it up to get the wheels off of it. Whenever I took the wheels off, a couple spiders fell, some random bullshit. If you watch my other video, I already cleaned this thing. Power washed it, blew it all out. I decided I'd do it again because we're gonna crawl up into there and see where our oil leak is. Look at all the shit that is coming out of this car still. I ripped off these mats because they're all junk, but look at this shit. It's crazy. I've only done the front so far. This is what happens when cars sit in fields in Kansas for 40 years. Damn. I'm gonna get all this cleaned up and then we'll get under there and see what the hell is going on. Well, I'm under here. I started scraping off shit from the bottom of the pans so I could see where the leak was. And I started scraping off up here because it looks like it's coming from the side. And there's a little rust spot right here that I bet I can pierce with this freaking scraper. Yep, it's already pierced. There you go. It's a rusted freeze plug. That'll do it. There she goes. Drip, drip, drip. I still think it was oil, but it could have also just been leaking antifreeze down the side of the engine, and then there's just so many years of crud and shit that it mixed with water and looked like oil on the ground. Oh yeah, she's going good now. So we need to do freeze plugs, and it looks like this oil pan gasket is not the best, probably from having water leak on it for so long, but it's swelled up real big. You could probably get away with just tightening the bolts, but I'll just put a new one in most likely, unless it's impossible to get out, which it might be now that I'm looking at the damn thing. No, if I take the steering link off, it shouldn't be too hard to drop. So yeah, we need oil. We need to order an oil pan and a freeze plug. I'm gonna pop that out real quick so it'll just stop dripping and just drain the rest of the damn way. Oh, she's pissing good now. Shh, that bucket's not doing a great job. Son of a bitch. Well, I got the freeze plug out. She was a rusty fighter, but got it out. Now, I have seen some pretty shitty water passages in my day, but this one kind of makes me nervous. Let me see if I can get the camera up there and show you. Yeah, there we go, right there. Nope, that's not good. Whoa, shit, there we go. Yeah, look at this. Oh my God, it's pudding. It's literally pudding. Wow. Oh, man. That's not good. You can feel chunks of shit in there. I feel like you're watching a dirty movie right now. This is pretty gross, probably. Dang. There is a lot of rust in there. That makes me pretty nervous. I'm not gonna lie to you. All right, oh man, just so much shit. Okay, well, I'm filthy and dirty and I'm calling it a night. I don't think we're getting to the brakes because we need to deal with this now. My main goal when I started this video was to hear the engine run, and I am super excited that I got that accomplished. The next goal was to jump right into the brakes, but that's something we should probably mess with right now, because even if you just kind of took it around the block without, having the radiator hooked up, it can kind of cool on its own. You won't get it too hot. If your water jackets are just solid full of shit, you can heat up stuff really quick. I mean, super quick. I need to get a new freeze plug. I probably need to check the other ones because usually when one rusts out, most of them do. The good news is what you want to do is flush the system, with radiator fluid or with water rather. You want to flush the whole coolant side. And the times I've ran into it before, it never looked like pudding, but there was a bunch of shit in there. I would leave the freeze plug open and it kind of gives it an extra outlet to dump out because sometimes it can get caught up inside the engine. So we'll probably come in tomorrow and do that, but I'm gonna pick up some freeze plugs at the parts store and we're gonna get messy. It is not gonna be fun. Now's the time to do it. We'll be back tomorrow, baby.
The next day.
All right, baby, we're back. If you're new to the channel, you might not have ever seen me in a beanie, but this is actually my default setting. I'm beanies for life, and it's 58 degrees out right now, which is crazy because 2 days ago it was, I think the heat index was 109. So I'm not bitching, it's okay now. It's also the middle of the night and I gotta get this video done. Richard's already bitching and complaining. I was talking to the old man, telling him about the freeze plug, and I was planning on doing the freeze plug, flushing stuff out, doing the freeze plug, jumping right on the brakes. He made a really good point. He said, whenever you bought that, didn't it not have a carburetor on it? I said, yeah, but I think the people I got it from, I think they took the carb off, but I'm not sure. And he said as much mouse shit and bedding and just all kinds of crap you have found in the engine, in the frame, in the floors, he said you should probably pop that pan off, take a look at the underside of the engine because the little miceys, they like to get down in there and make homes everywhere. So we're gonna pivot off the brakes And I'm gonna take the oil pan off. My parts store did not have a freeze plug style that I liked. They had the rubber universal ones, which aren't bad, they're okay, but I like to put the metal ones back in because, you know, they're just there forever. So probably just gonna order a kit online where I can get them all. I haven't even checked the other ones yet, but the kit's like 10 bucks, so why wouldn't you? I'm gonna pop the pan off and then we're gonna flush the system. Now, I also had a brain fart. I fired this up and ran it, and I made sure it had coolant in it whenever I did it. Well, guess what? All that shit in the engine is probably in the radiator now. So, I need to flush that guy out too. Not excited about any of that, so we're gonna do that at the end. But we gotta get to work, gotta get this video done. We're gonna pop the oil pan off, see what the hell's going on in there. Hopefully it's just dirty oil and like bedding doesn't fall out. It'd be so bad. In reality, you should probably take the manifolds off and do all that. But whenever I fired it up, I saw it, exhaust was coming out of the back of the car, and I didn't see big chunks of mouse bedding coming out, which I have seen before, some old cars I've got. We did hear it run, which is huge. That's all I wanted at the beginning of the video. Really thought I'd get the brakes done, throw it in gear, see what happens. We're gonna have to postpone that. Let's dig into the engine, and then we're just gonna make a mess. We're gonna probably flood the shop, but we're gonna get that block clean. Let's go. Okay, now usually when you take an oil pan off, you try and keep a couple of the bolts in, that way the pan won't just fall straight down. The problem is, this one kind of goes down at a funky angle, and the gasket is frozen. I kind of tapped it with a hammer and it didn't come off, so I took all the bolts out. She's just hanging there now, and hopefully we don't make a mess, but I made sure to turn the camera on just in case we do. Let's see what happens. Oh, that vacuum line is broke on the transmission. We need to fix that. I'm not excited! Sorry, I thought I lost my mic. Hey, there we go. All right, take two. Great news. The exhaust is 100% in the way. I didn't think it was. It is. So, we're cutting some shit. Yay! It's my favorite part of building cars. I hate mechanic stuff, but I like cutting shit. All right, now, I do want to check and see if there's any mouth shit in there. Hey! I think we're good. That's nice. I'm going to blow that out before we get done, though. Yay! Finally! Uh-oh. Oh, wait, hold on. What the fuck is that to? Uh-oh. We got a random metal part in the pan. Let me show you. That's not great. Let me try and get this in frame. So, ooh, I don't even know what that was. That's not even the one I was talking about. Oh my God. There's an inch of sludge at the bottom of this. Holy shit. It feels like silicone. No, that's metal paste. What is that? Oh, man. That's a big chunk of something. It looks like a brake line. What the shit does that go to? Is that the oil filler tube or something? What the hell does that go to inside of an engine? That's not even the one I saw either. Jeez, where's the thing I saw? It looked like that right there. Oh, that's a filler stick. That's an oil filler. Or a oil, yeah, isn't it? I think. What the? Yeah. That's a dipstick. Oh, okay, well, that makes me a little bit happier that that was a dipstick. I've never seen that in the bottom of a pan, and then I guarantee this was the fill tube, or the dipstick tube. Yeah. Oh, yeah, because it even has a little indentation where it sits in the block. Okay, well, that's still a little scary, but better than, like, bearing, but the amount of shit at the bottom of this is kind of crazy. It's just hard as a rock. Oh, we got another chunk of something. Filler tube, okay. So at some point, Somebody broke a filler, a dipstick tube. Oof. I don't know why I'm calling it a filler tube. Dipstick tube, Jesus. But look at the sludge. I mean, I'm having a hard time scraping it. It's stuck on there so much. Damn. That is just really, really... Uh-oh, another piece of metal. That doesn't feel... Can't tell if that's a dipstick or not. Yeah, it's a dipstick. Is that dipstick? Yep, okay. Dipstick. Holy shit, that will scare you in the bottom of an engine. I think this is just really, really old oil that's tarred up. Okay, well, that's all right. That's just very, very old shit. Wow. All right, I'm gonna get this shit all cleaned up. Well, okay, I don't feel any more metal. Oh, never mind, spoke too soon. Oh, no, that's a piece of silicone. Okay, so not the best looking oil pan, but not the worst either. And luckily our chunks of metal were for the dipstick, and this is 100% a newer gasket. I mean, newer by probably the 80s, but it's not the OEM one, because it wouldn't be blue. I don't think it would be blue anyway. No, because that's silicone, yeah. That's why we have silicone everywhere, because they really siliconed the shit out of this whenever they did it a long time ago. All right, let's get this thing cleaned up, and then we'll go look at the bottom of the engine. Damn! I spent way too much time cleaning the oil pan out. Got all the crap off the side of it, got off the crap on the inside of it. The reason I did that, usually if I have to take an oil pan off, I'll just replace them, because a small block Chevy oil pan is 40 bucks. 429 Caddy is $350. So we're reusing that one. I hammered around on it, made sure I got rid of the dents, got it all cleaned up. Check this out. Ugh. This all looks really good. It's hard to see on camera, but I can see the cam. Cam looks good. I don't see any worn out lobes or anything. Bearings are all tight, looking great. Cylinder walls look pretty damn good too. Got a little bit of scoring, but not much. We already, oh shit, drop of oil hit me right in the face. Damn, oh God. Hold on, let's spin the camera around, see if I can see it. Damn, that almost got me in the eye, woo! Anyways, let's look back. I am very pleased with how this looks. Actually, more than happy. Also, there is my other freeze plug. Oh my God, that might have been the one that was leaking the whole time. I bet I can put my finger through that. I didn't even see that before because the starter was in the way. Yeah, that was definitely our oh, look, I did it. I pushed through it. Holy shit, that's hilarious. Front one looks good. Yeah, not great. Is there another one up there? I don't think so. What about on this side? What do they look like on this side? Oh, they look great on this side. Never mind, that one's swelled up. You can see it. And then I should have one more behind the exhaust. Can I get my finger up there to it? Oh, hell, that one's like brand new. I wonder if the heat from the exhaust maybe makes them better. I don't know. But yeah, we definitely got to do that one. That one is bad. I cannot believe I just pushed my finger through that other one over there. All right, let's flush this damn system out, and we are gonna call it a video. I'm gonna pop the radiator hoses off and then go get my hose, and we're gonna make a big old mess. I cannot believe I stuck my finger through that freeze plug. It was behind the starter the whole time, I couldn't see it. I popped the top radiator hose off, and it's absolutely full of rust and shit, so I'm taking the radiator out. I wasn't going to before, but it's going to be better to clean it out, so let's see if it'll pull straight up. Hey! I actually didn't think that was going to work. Oh, shit. Wait, spoke too soon. There we go. God, that is way, yeah, this is definitely full of shit, because that is, oh my God, that's way too heavy. That should not be that heavy. That radiator might be bad. I swear that was like 80 pounds. All right, let's make a mess. All right, time to make a mess. Let's see how it looks. hose has a leak. Oh, wow, okay, hold on. Oh, shit. Hold on. The water neck is rusted out. The water neck is rusted out. I thought it was the hose. It's the damn water neck. It's got a break in it. I gotta fix that real quick. Damn! Holy shit, I've never seen that before. I've seen them where they get so pitted that they'll leak, but that is a good one. Wow, okay, we need a new water neck. Damn! There's something in there too, I think. Oof. All right. Oh God, it's already messy. All right, let's hit it, see what happens. All right, I had an idea and I didn't know if it was gonna work, but I put an oil pan underneath where all the shit was gonna come out, and that oil pan has like a little filter on it. It's hard to explain, but I was like, all the shit should fall in there and then stay in there, and then just the water comes out, and that's what's happening. It's full of a whole bunch of crap, but the only thing coming out now is just water, because we already drained the radiator fluid, so it's just flushing itself out. We're just getting dirt out of there, and then all of our chunks of shit are in the pan. I'm a genius. I didn't think it was gonna work. It actually worked. It's actually running really clean too. It's not bad at all. Sweet. We're gonna clean it out again after we do the freeze plugs, but I wanted to do it now just to kind of get a look at it while we had the oil pan off and stuff. You know, I'm gonna clean all that shit as well. All right, I'm gonna turn the water off and we're gonna look in that pan, and I have a feeling it is not gonna be happy. Well, it didn't get to see it as good as I thought, but I had a Scotch-Brite pad across there, threw it away already, so it caught a lot of it, but it was just kind of dirt. I mean, I don't even know that it was rust. It was more dirty bullshit. So I don't know if maybe mud daubers got in there and just went to town. Maybe they got in through the rust hole and they could only get in the water passages, didn't get into the rest of the engine. I don't know. But yeah, it was just kind of muddy shit. The water broke most of it. There's still some chunks of it in there. I assumed there was going to be this giant pile, and that was very anticlimactic. But that makes me happy that all the chunks of shit that I was digging out the other day with my finger was just mud mostly, which is nice. Probably mixed with a little bit of rust. It doesn't look like the rust is... It hasn't like broke down any of the water jackets that I can see in there. So that's pretty good. But we still have more freeze plugs to do. I got a bunch of parts coming for this thing. The good news is I should have them tomorrow for most of them. So that's great. I'm still waiting on parts for the Escalade. Those won't come in until later in the week. And then I think I should have everything to get it running, which is huge. I'm covered in oil and gross and dirty, and the shop is a mess. So that's a video. We heard it run. I'm friggin' stoked. I know it's good. Now it's time to start ordering some real parts for it, baby. Damn, I still have oil in my eye. Good times. Very, very happy. Motor's good. I said we should start ordering some real parts. What I mean by that is airbags, floors, because we're going to do patch panels. We might put a pin in that for now because I do want to make sure the transmission's good. Obviously, if a transmission is bad, it doesn't like kill a project. It just kind of kills it for me because I have too many big projects already. I'm not trying to do big projects, pull a motor and transmission. Don't want to do that. I'll kind of pass that along to someone else. But if it's running and driving, we can just go straight to the Caseyscustoms fun shit, airbags, paint, fun things, basically. Customizing, hot rod. Pull an engine transmission, don't want to do it. That's also hot rod too. It's just so many hours that I don't want to spend on something. So I'll probably wait to order those just in case our transmission is bad or something funky's going on, but I'm pretty sure it looks good. Engine looked a lot healthier than I thought. I got nervous whenever that freeze plug was bad the other day because I thought there was a lot of chunky shit in there. I think most of it was mud daubers and then chunks of the actual freeze plug because there's 3 or 4 of them that are just rusted so bad you can push through them with your finger. I have seen some rusty freeze plugs. I've never pushed through one with my finger before. Usually it takes a screwdriver. Got a bunch of parts coming. Very, very excited. Super cool build. This one's gonna be fun. You never know what you're getting whenever you buy a car that's sat out in the field for 40 years, but so far, very, very happy with my purchase. Thank you very much for watching. For the coolest merchandise on the planet, go to Caseyscustoms.com. We do have hoodies in stock because it is getting ready to be hoodie weather. Apparently, who knows? Might be 110 again tomorrow. I don't know. The Midwest is crazy, but it's cold as shit right now. So go get your hoodies, Caseyscustoms.com. Hit that subscribe button if you aren't already subscribed, and turn on your post notifications. I get messages every day from people telling me they have watched my videos for years, just now realized they weren't subscribed. That happens a lot with YouTube updates. For some reason, people get unsubscribed. Just happens. So if you think you're already subscribed, check that button right now, because you might not be, and turn post notifications on. That way you get notified as soon as a video goes live. Once again, thank you very much for watching. Please like, share, comment, all the good shit they tell you in the videos. Check out some more of my other videos. Peace. I love ya. Toothless Customs out.